back to Living Tech, and today I'm here with the S24 Plus, and I will be doing my 1 month review. So I've had this for about a month now, and I've used this as my daily driver. So I did move from my Galaxy S23 to the S24 Plus, and it's been amazing, but it's not all what you think. So there's a lot of things the S24 Plus does really well, and there's some things it doesn't, still do well, and expectations that were met by Samsung, especially when it comes to the AI features. So, all right, without further ado, let's get into the video. Let's start with the design of the Galaxy S24 Plus. So this year it comes with a larger 6.7-inch screen, and now it's a 4040p display, which means we get clearer visuals. So now it's over 500 pixels per inch, so much higher pixel density for sharper visuals and all. And then so the design now comes with a more boxy feel, more similar to the iPhones, and I'll say that, but it's actually more comfortable. And on the back we still get the frosted glass, which feels nice to touch. And so I have this in the marble gray color, which is actually really beautiful. And yeah, so for the design is awesome. It also has more slimmer bezels compared to last year, so it's a better display. So there's upgrades on the display for sure. Moving on to the cameras, so this year we do have the same cameras from last year, which sounds disappointing, but combined with the AI features and the new chip, we actually do get better pictures even in low light situations. And I will be attaching some of those pictures I took with this device so you can see how well it performs. And it does have a 50 megapixel main camera, a 10 megapixel telephoto camera, and a 12 megapixel ultra wide lens. So on the front it has a 12 megapixel camera, which again, same as last year. So now let's talk about the performance. So the performance is one area that this phone and this device completely blows away. So this is powered by the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, which is a beast. It's literally a monster when it comes to CPU, GPU, the NPU. It's a complete monster, and it also brings impressive battery life. So with the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, you know what you're getting. You're getting the best of the best. It's the latest flagship chip from Qualcomm and powers this device. So it's still a 4nm chip, but it's actually really impressive, and it still competes and performs on par even with Apple's A17 Pro chip. So yeah, like using this phone, you never experience any stutters. Everything loads extremely fast. It's it's what you would expect from a flagship device in 2024. So there's no shortcuts there from Samsung on this device when it comes to performance. It's complete beast of a device. And so the phone is also powered on the software side with the One UI 6.1, which is a completely new software from Samsung, and that comes with an extremely fluid UI. And when I say extremely fluid, I'm talking about iOS level fluid. I'm talking about Apple iOS level of smoothness, like buttery smooth, like no jokes on that. So this is actually the level of smoothness we were expecting with the One UI 6.0 that came last year, but Samsung finally did it this year, guys. Like literally, Samsung finally did it with this device, and it's extremely smooth. So the other things One UI 6.1 brings to the table, apart from improved animations and improved smoothness, improved overall stability, is the AI features. And I actually tried these AI features, so I can of course include that in my review. So the best AI feature, which of course you probably heard about, is circle to search. So circle to search is actually really impressive, and the concept isn't entirely new, but it actually takes it a step further and more seamless. So now you only have to press and hold on your navigation bar and then circle anything to search it, just like you can see. And it kind of works most times like Google Lens. If most times you're trying to like find a particular product or something you don't even know about, like a particular product or a plant or something like that. And it also brings in translation, so it makes things easier. Like if you have a text in another language on your screen, you can also use circle to search, highlight that and translate it while also being able to copy the same text actually. So straight up, circle to search is awesome. So another important one is the web page AI summary. So this is actually inbuilt to the Samsung Internet app, and then so once you're in Samsung Internet app, what you have to do is click the AI stars button and then click on summary. It really summarizes down the page, and sometimes it might leave out important information. Right now, it's best for when you're kind of interested in a subject and you don't really want to read the whole story, but if you really want to know all the details and get all the information, you still have to read those web pages yourself. Just like the two biggest AI features in my opinion. Well, we will also have the photo editing AI features, but the AI features probably will be for another video, not today. But one important thing I do need to mention is the limitations of the on-device AI processing. So we did expect the AI features on the S24 series to be mostly performed on device, but unfortunately, due to some reasons which I don't exactly understand, a lot of these AI features actually don't run on device, which is counterintuitive because we expected the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, which is more powerful, to be able to run these AI features on device, but we're still not able to get these features run on device, which is, kind of a privacy concern. The note summary, that can work with on-device processing, and I'm not exactly sure, but that one's weird. Also, the new AI photo editing also can do that with on-device AI processing. So just things to think about when you're considering this device. All right, so let's go to the battery life. So this is by far where this device impresses me the most. So Galaxy S24 has a 4,900 milliamp hour battery, which is just under milliamp hours below the S24 Ultra. And what does that mean? That means all day battery life. If you do use your phone moderately, sometimes you might have to charge up your phone during the day if you're moderate to a heavy user. Otherwise, you get about 6 hours screen on time depending on how you use your phone, give or take, because battery life is always subjective to how you use your device depending on how heavy of a user you are. When it comes to heating, which is something that comes together with the chip, so this device is hard to heat up. Like the S24 Plus is so hard to heat up. One, the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, which is a more efficient chip, so it heats up less. Plus, Samsung actually improved the cooling technology on this device. They improved the vapor chamber by 1.6 times, which means, larger surface area for the heat to, get dissipated through the back of the phone. So this device is so difficult to heat up. Like, you could be doing a lot with this phone, except you jump on some video calls. Like, that's really when you start to push this device, when you're using the camera, the Wi-Fi, and also, the high CPU usage at that point. But other than that, it's extremely difficult to heat up this device. Another improvement I saw on the S24 Plus is the Wi-Fi. So the Wi-Fi is actually more intelligent, and this is just something I noticed from my day-to-day usage, not something written on paper by Samsung, but the Wi-Fi is more intelligent. So for example, I do have a Wi-Fi 6E router, and of course the Wi-Fi 6E band is faster, but it has less coverage in terms of distance, so it gets blocked by more objects like doors and stuff. So moving on to a place with better Wi-Fi 6E coverage, the Wi-Fi intelligently switches to Wi-Fi 6E, and once I move out of the more favorable range, it switches back to Wi-Fi 6 just by itself, and it's actually incredible. You don't have to turn off your Wi-Fi and turn it back on to to get those faster speeds when you're in better range. So just another thing to to note down. All right, that's it for the Galaxy S24 Plus. This is an amazing device, and there's a lot of things you're going to enjoy on this device, and you're definitely not going to regret getting this device. But speaking of regret on the downsides, there's one thing Samsung didn't do right this time, but not with all the devices. So there's some units, including mine, that has this grain hardware issue. It's kind of hard for me to show, but for some of you who might have experienced the same or seen that online, There's some devices that have a hardware grain issue in the display, where if you're looking at a gray user interface in low light situations, you see some grain, just like the kind of grain you see when you're trying to take a picture in low light. So you see those tiny grains, really, really tiny. It's sometimes hard to see, but it's just there. And Samsung is really, really stubborn about getting me a new device, which is absolutely ridiculous because it's a hardware issue and Samsung is responsible. But I don't know, I might as well keep it because it's hard to see. But yeah, it's really, really tough. Samsung does that to a customer. This part might not make it into the video, but if it does, just know I'm still gonna be a loyal Samsung fan. But this is absolutely unacceptable from you, Samsung. If you're watching this,